Hello, everyone. We are here with the Ops Roundtable. I'm Katrina Ness with Teddings, and we are here with the Future of Automotive Retail panel. Gentlemen, will you please introduce yourselves?
Good afternoon. Jeff Bogaski, a 25-year veteran. I started at a car dealership in the 90s. I spent most of my time in the SaaS business on the vendor side, focusing on DMS and fixed operations. Excited to be at the pop-up event today.
And I'm David Reinicke with Automotive Warranty Network. We process warranty claims for dealerships on an outsourced basis and help them out with, audit prevention, and that's what we do.
I'm Mark Mickens, 40 years in the automotive business. I am the Director of Retail Solutions for ES3 Automotive. Former Ford dealer principal, and really happy to be here today.
Hey, I'm Randy Berlin. Almost 40 years in the industry, so a lot of experience up on this panel. I currently run the training operations for Proactive Dealer Solutions, where we also have Brooke.ai, and we look forward to talking about that as well.
Gentlemen, we're here at Northwood University in Midland, Michigan. You are all leaders in the automotive industry. I'd like to ask you a little bit about that. Randy, I'll start with you and I'll go down the line. Randy, in what ways does continuing education, like here at Northwood, contribute to career advancement and competitiveness?
Well, if you think about what's happening in the industry today, we went through COVID, and there was a lot of dealership operations. If we just focus on the dealer right now, they lost a lot of the sharpness of their skills, given the fact that it was a total disruption. And so now we're coming out of that, and we're having to deal with things like AI, digital retail, everything to do with technology is now being thrust upon the dealership operations. And so being able to adapt to that and excel with it really requires sharpened skills, education, understanding of what's going on with technology, and the entire computer science side of things, and the way understanding of customers in the way that they want to shop. So being at the forefront of that is really critical in today's dealership environment.
Makes sense. Mark?
Same. I think the challenges are more with the clients and customers coming into our dealership every day. They know what they want. They want different ways of servicing. We got so used to just intaking calls every day, intaking as many cars as we could, and not really caring about the customer's time or if it fit their needs and fit their timeline. And the way people shop now, I don't think they really make a difference between going to get a haircut or getting their car serviced, right? So somewhere in there, we have to provide better service that fits clients' needs, or they're just not going to come to our stores. That's better ways of attracting people to come to our store or going to them.
Makes a lot of sense. David?
I think pretty much the same thing. I mean, I think adapting to new technologies. I think the auto industry is fairly antiquated myself, and I think stepping into these new technologies and adapting new ways of doing business, the new ways that new customers want to interact. I mean, I think a lot of customers don't want to make a phone call. They want to text. They want to so adapting to different ways to communicate with customers in the dealership. But I also think that there's big opportunities for the up and coming generations to work hard in dealerships and be successful, because I think as a consumer, I experience a lot of issues when I'm taking my car to local dealerships where I can't get a hold of anybody. I can't get good customer service. I can't get calls back. So I think there's huge opportunities just to work hard and rise through the ranks just by simply working hard.
And I think there's also our adaptation to dealing with different segments of the buying public, right? You mentioned Brooke.ai,
Yes.
Right? So some people will gladly talk to AI, and some people really want to have no part of it. So I think having a variety of things that you present is also important now too, because there's a variety of people that are trying to do business with you.
Yeah, it's dealing with the customer the way they want to interact.
Yeah. And there's a lot, in many ways, like you mentioned, we're behind a lot of other industries that are using things like AI. I think of banks, and I think of airlines, okay, which we can all relate to. And, automotive is now just coming into that realm. Jeff, your thoughts?
you always got to be learning. And if you think of the word learn, it starts with an L, all right? Take that learn, which turns into a loss as often, and make sure that's a learning opportunity. You learn so much when you fail and don't do things right. And I think for the next generation here at Northwood, they're coming up the ranks, and not you, but this side, we're gonna learn so much from you. I have 2 teenagers at home that come back and talk about technology, where to buy tickets. You don't go to Ticketmaster anymore, you go here. There's so much that we can learn from you, but you can learn back from us as well.
Definitely. Another question for you gentlemen. Why is it important to have a robust and passionate talent pipeline?
Like me to start?
Yes, please.
People, like most of you will become leaders or dealer principals, and people are what will make you the best, right? And it starts with the people, but remember, it's that process once you hire somebody. So having a training program and having a program that gets them antiquated into the system that you put in place to allow them to be successful. I talked to someone recently that went to a company, they got their laptop, they started going. It was a month, they hadn't heard from anyone, they just had a laptop, didn't know anything. That's a horrible experience. So make sure that you create good experiences. We often talk about the car dealer's customers' experiences, but your people are the experience you need to worry about, so they treat your customers the best.
David, importance of a pipeline.
Yeah, I think it's just, having passionate people that are passionate about what they're doing really makes a company successful. And, so having people that are driven to do what they do and really believe in what they do, but being the leadership and, really guiding people to have that passion, drives people to be successful, drives companies to be successful. So, it's really important. Like I said a minute ago, I think there's a lot of opportunity for success as long as, you're willing to work hard and, be the best at what you do every day.
Success is the word, right? And success and successorship sometimes go hand in hand. And I think having a talent pipeline is so we're training the next generation. I really think as leaders, you're obligated. The sand's going to run out of the hourglass someday, and it comes quicker than you want it to. And we all go, wow, how'd 40 years go by? But it does. But I think we have a responsibility to make sure that we have the next generation, because this is always going to be a people-driven business, because people are always going to have to buy a car or have a car service. So having that next generation is really important. If you're going to have, if you want some longevity, I don't care if it's a publicly owned, publicly traded company or if it's a single point owner, you need people and you need a next generation, or you look around one day and go, wow, we're going to have a problem in 10 years, right? Because that's what ends up happening.
Yep.
Yeah, so the way I think of it is everybody thinks about the technology being the sexy part of this industry, and it is. The AI, the Chat GPT, all of those things that are really driving forward the advancements in our side of the business. But the way that we train at PDS is we think of it as a 3-legged stool. It's technology, it's process, and it's people. All 3 of those have to be functioning at peak efficiency for that to be totally successful. So that pipeline of qualified, talented people is going to be critical today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Katrina, I want to ask you, being a student here at Northwood University, one of the things I noticed is not only the networking opportunities, okay, but the internship opportunities. Talk to us about the importance of that and, how that really helps, shape the students here at Northwood.
Yeah, so I'm on my 2nd internship, so I have some experience to talk about this. And I really see it as you take what you learn in the class and you apply it to real life and real experiences before you get pushed out of college and into the automotive industry blind with nowhere to lead. So talking about a passion and talent pipeline, kind of accepting interns as a company really gets you that next generation, and it really teaches them at a younger age how this industry works and sets them up rather than just them getting thrown out there, reading a book about leadership but not actually getting to experience it is not what we want. So these internships really help take what you learn in class and apply it to real life.
And gentlemen, if I could ask you last final question for today, what advice would each of you have for the incoming students at Northwood University or recent graduates, students like Katrina and Vanessa, based on your experience? Randy, I'll start with you.
I would say listen and learn. I think that is absolutely critical. And don't be afraid to ask questions. There's a lot of experience in wherever you end up. and grab a mentor, find a mentor, and have them help you, guide you along that path.
Good.
Yeah, I would echo that from the mentorship, surrounding yourself and getting involved in a good organization and somebody that's willing to mentor you, but also don't be afraid to fail. I mean, it's part of it, right? You're gonna have some failures along the way. Learn from them as much as you do from the success and, the fun that you have. But I also think that, it's still the one industry in this country that you can, start out at being, an administrative position and all of a sudden you're the general manager at some point in your career too. So we still offer that in this, and it's great. I mean, automotive business has been good to everybody here. So that's what I would suggest. Mentorship's a big part of it though. I really believe that.
I'm huge on the mentorship part too. I mean, I have people in the industry that I've really learned a lot from and gravitated towards, and they've really helped me learn. They've taken me under their wing and helped me come up through it. But the other thing that I'll add to that, and I tell my kids this all the time. I mean, we're at a point I feel in time where if you just work hard and you care and you put the time into it, and it's more than a job. It's more than, hey, I just want to work 6 hours today. If you really pour your heart into what you're doing, like you said, you're going to rise through the ranks very quickly. So, just having that passion behind what you're doing, put your heart into it, and I think there's a big opportunity to exceed and excel. So,
And Jeff?
Chase your dreams. There'll be setbacks, there'll be challenges along the way. Don't let anyone tell you no. Work hard, make sure you have a plan of what you want to do and how you're going to achieve it. And when you get that no, like I said earlier, learn from that no, right? And make the most of it, but never give up on what you want to do, because anyone can achieve anything if you put your mind to it.
Everyone, great advice from the panel here today. Thank you all for what you do in our industry. Great leaders in our industry. Everybody, we are at Northwood University. We're here at the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Please stay with us. We have a lot more coming up. We'll be right back.